According to statistics, people in committed relationships and marriages tend to accumulate more wealth as compared to single individuals. But why is it that these statistics don't normally apply to yours and mine? It is only fair to say there are some habits you've inculcated in your relationship that has led to poor financial decisions. And today, in this video, we are going to dive into the reasons why your partner may be the reason why you are poor at the moment. There's a reason why the most important decision that you take in your life is your life partner. I know a lot of people that relationship have made them blossom, have made them more wealthy, have made them more happier and more satisfied in life. But the contrary is also very possible. That's why choosing your life partner by far is very important. We always advise that you view relationship as a two-party kind of thing. You don't want to make it an individual thing, because any decision you are making is a decision coming from both of you, and it's a decision that's going to affect both of you, even if one person came up with a decision. So always view that from a double angle where you know it's you and your partner in it together. That means that if one person is going contrary, it is automatically going to affect the both of you, and it's no different from your finances. And today we want to highlight the reason why one partner may be doing certain things that is causing a serious detriment in your finances. We've seen two major things which is causing this blockage in the relationship, and mainly marriages. Looking at our past relationship and most of the experiences we have, we've realized these two key points that we are going to share with you today. The first point, however, is instant gratification. And what instant gratification means is that you're only thinking of the now. You're only thinking of the satisfaction you're going to get from now. And that is no one's fault. I think we inherited that from our parents, and it can be traced way back to the primitive years where we were cavemen. You know, those times, all you were thinking about was the food you were about to eat. You just go for hunting, you kill any form of prey, and then you feed on it. And so that had been the thinking from way before, even when we were born. And so that kind of mindset has been put into our minds, right? And so even though you know that smoking right now will cause you some detrimental disease in the future, you still don't mind because of the satisfaction it gives to you right now. And so when it comes to our finances, even though we know to save so that in the future we will enjoy abundantly, we still do not mind because of the peace that we may enjoy today. You know, there's some form of happiness in being able to buy whatever you want in the now. I think it releases some form of dopamine in our brain. Imagine you have 10,000 Ghana cedis and you can buy whatever you want. You know the feeling it has. And so it's very natural for you to be able to be wanting to buy what you want anytime that you want. You feel me? That's why you have a lot of bags that you don't wear every day, but you still felt to buy it when you went to town. Do you understand? Yeah. And so this is one of the main reasons why so many people end up being broke in their relationship, because they are thinking about the now and the what to enjoy the now. It is extremely harmful when you have a partner that is not willing to think about the future. Many people claim that they are thinking about the future, but they really are not. Because if you really are, then you'll be really frugal. You will be mindful about how you spend in the now, because you are thinking of the future. So if your partner is into such a habit of thinking about the now alone, then it's probably the reason why you are very, very poor. I think this point in particular was a constant trait in the past relationship that I have had. But this particular one that I'm in, I think when I met her for the first time, I was wondering, will I be able to change this pattern? And so after 5 years now, I asked her, how were you able to be with me even when I didn't have money? In fact, back then, we didn't even have 1% of the money we have now. And so I was wondering, and she said I was vision oriented, She saw that I was thinking about the future and that gave her a sense of hope. And so if you have a partner like this thinking about the future all the time, of course, she won't be thinking about enjoying the now, but rather hoarding for the future. There's always this perfect example we give, and I think I've given this example way back in our other videos, that there's always a gratification you will get in a particular now. And so there will be a year called 2036, and there will be a moment in that time where you call it a now. And so even when you were not able to afford the things you are able to afford in 2025, in which we are recording this video now, there will be another 2030 something
where you also call it a noun. And if you had invested in that time, you also enjoyed that, then this time around it was well prepared for it, so you'll be able to enjoy it in abundance.
Wow, it takes a good amount and level of discipline to be able to grasp that intelligence and wait until to enjoy in the future. And so the advice we will give you is that if your partner or yourself is always thinking about enjoying the now, we advise you to practice delayed gratification. Anytime you want to eat, just delay for just 10 minutes. Anytime you want to do something that makes you happy, try and delay it for some few minutes. The more you do that, it will help master the level of delayed gratification, which will be a huge benefit to you if you can master that discipline.
Me and Jerry have this rich man in our neighborhood, and we met him a couple of days ago, and he actually gave us a lift. And we asked him, how did he come up with these riches, and that he should give us any advice that he would give us. And he told us that rich people are always particular about living under their means. And so the second point we have, that is probably the reason why you are poor in your relationship, is that you are living way above your means.
This is also another discipline on its own. Imagine having 100,000 Ghana cedis and you are always spending 1,000 cedis on the regular, or in a span of a long time, you are spending way below your means. It really feels uncomfortable. But when you look at the greater good, it means you have a lot of cash to be able to do whatever you want to do. And in most times when there are down times, cash is king.
So that is very profound and important. There's something about living under your means most people do not get. And when you are in the process of getting a lot of money, there's pressures from many places to try and convince you to spend a lot of money. When you're in a business or you are employed and people know about the kind of money you are earning, they expect that you buy a certain kind of clothes, a certain kind of shoe, a certain kind of car, build a particular kind of house, or rent a very luxurious apartment. And that pressures may influence you to spend in that regard, and most often it will be above your means. In the simple calculation, you don't have the money you are spending, and automatically it will make you lose all that money. And so be very particular about that pressure that comes from the outside world to make you have to live above your means.
I think the test you can test yourself whether you are living below or above your means is that you should check whether you are in debt. Now, if you are in debt and the debt is not in any form of asset or in your business, it is clear that it's in the liability or material things, which means that you're probably living above your means just to meet some form of lifestyle that you've already involved yourself in. And so you are thinking about coping with the system instead of really living in your means or below your means in this case. Yeah, so living under your means that you have a lot of money available. And so all this money available can be used to invest in other places. And the dividends or the profits you get from that will be something you can use to, enrich your lifestyle. So in your relationship, the advice that we will give you pertaining this point is that you should talk about money in the early stages, because once you don't talk about money in the early stage and you form a habit of living in a particular lifestyle, then that becomes a problem, because you always want to be in that lifestyle. So when you start talking about money and you know that this and this is what you want to be doing in the future with this amount of money, I think living below your means will not just be a requirement, it will be a necessity. So these 2 points are what we want you to really think about within this week and all through your lifetime. As when you inculcate this into your relationship, will really help you. You need to be particular about how you are living, be living under your means, and you also want to delay your gratification. So thank you for watching this video to the end. We advise that you watch our previous video which talked about how to set goals with your partner to be able to navigate your ways through certain financial goals, which will help you become financially stable. Until next week, see you in the next one.